Men, I have a question for you today. What if the peace you are celebrating in your relationship is not really peace? What if she has simply stopped believing that talking to you will change anything? Oh, stay with me. Don't change it yet. Don't scroll yet. Stay with me, because number one is sign that most men completely misunderstand. They think everything is finally getting better. It may actually mean that she is emotionally checking out. Men, today I want to just coach you, not blame you for everything going wrong in your relationship. I want to show you, if you let me, I want to show you what you may not be able to see where you're standing from. If that's okay, drop the word safe in the comments. I want your good intentions can still feel and create painful experiences, brothers. You may be paying the bills, you may be faithful, your family, you may sincerely love her, and there may be a gap between. Understand the difference. Emotional safety means she can tell you the truth without fearing your reaction. Are you going to slam doors? Is the house going to get heavy? She can bring you her pain without receiving punishment. Can she disagree with you without you mocking her? She can express disappointment without you turning the conversation into a courtroom. She can tell you how your behavior affected her. Experiences your tone, your silence, your posture, your willingness to listen. Long run. She's learned to just be quiet. She's learned not to say anything to you. If honesty regularly costs her something, she's not going to be honest. If vulnerability regularly produces defensiveness, eventually she will stop being vulnerable before you, sir. If every concern becomes an argument, eventually she'll stop bringing you her concerns. And when she stops, silence means surrender. You've mastered this concept, but because I'm going to count these signs down from what men commonly misunderstand, and what you can do differently. All right. So let's begin with number 5. Here's 5 things. Number 5. She rehearses before. If she feels, well, let's put it this way. If she has to prepare a presentation before expressing a feeling, you may not be having a conversation. You may be conducting emotional trials. She waits for the right time. She studied your mood, and she rewrites the opening sentences in her mind. She removes words that might trigger you or upset you. She practices her tone. She tries to sound calm. She tries to sound respectful. She tries unemotional enough for you to hear. So here's what most men misunderstand about that. You may believe she is overthinking. You may say, overthinking. You may say, just tell me what's wrong. Why are you making this so complicated? You may be asking, why do you wait 3 days to bring this up? But listen, she may have waited for a second. She is not only thinking about the problem. She is managing your reaction. To the problem. She's asking herself, will he interrupt me? Will he tell me that I'm too sensitive? Will he stop speaking to me? Regret bringing this up. Man, I remember experiencing this in my relationship. Then I discovered a woman should not have to become an attorney to explain how she's hurting. She should not have to. every exact word before you take her experience seriously. I mean, emotional leadership begins when we stop demanding perfect delivery from a hurting person. You may not like her timing. You may not agree with every conclusion. You may remember the event differently. But maturity allows you to hear the pain before correcting the details. And that's the details. And that's the shift that I want for you. Start asking, how did that feel to her? Cautiously. Don't rush her. Don't rush her. Don't sit there and fold your arms. Don't look at your phone. Please don't say before your answers even begin. Instead, soften your posture. Look at her in the eyes. Take one slow breath. Then say this. You don't have to say this perfectly. I want to understand. Or you can, I want to understand. Or you can say, I can tell this is difficult to bring up. What happened and affected you? I will work on listening before I respond. Can handle uncomfortable truth without collapsing into shame. A mature man does not require everyone around him to protect his ego. A safe man makes honesty easier, not more expensive. Or is about what happens when she stops altogether. So listen to this. Small attacks are actually invitations. She tells, those are things that she says. These are small to you, but small moments like these, brothers, create emotional climate of your relationship. Here's why, right? Large disconnections are often built from small moments that were repeatedly dismissed. See, the forgotten promise, the impatient tone, the public joke, the lack of affection, the conversation you kept postponing, the apology you never completed. Guys, small hurts are relational smoke alarms. They don't always mean the entire house is burning. They mean something needs attention before the fire spreads through your house. But if every alarm is called dramatic, irrational, or unnecessary, she may eventually stop sounding it. At first, she said, that hurt me. Then she said, I feel like you're not listening. Then she said, I'm tired of repeating myself. Guys, I know this all too well because I've heard all of that. Eventually, she may say something like this. Get this. I know we all heard it. Never mind. Men, don't celebrate the never mind. Never mind does not always mean it no longer matters. Never mind may mean that she no longer believes it matters to you. And that's a dangerous spot. She begins handling disappointment all by herself. She calls someone else. She cries privately. She lowers her expectation. She tells herself this is just how he is. That sentence should concern you. I'm talking about concern you deeply. Never mind is powerful because acceptance and resignation are not the same. Acceptance says he's imperfect, but listen. Hey, he listens, he learns, and he repairs. Resignation, though, says this. He will not change, so I must stop expecting connection. One of those produces grace. The other produces emotional distance. You gotta know the difference. So when she brings a small hurt, resist the urge to rank its importance. That is not a big deal. You know how we do it. It's not a big deal. You don't determine the size of an emotional wound by how small the event looked to you. Your intention may explain your behavior, but it does not erase her experience. Guys, when I tell you I completely understand, I completely understand. I can see, so say this, I can see how that affected you. Tell me more about what happened inside you. Or you can say something like this: I may not have realized how important that moment was, but I don't want to dismiss it. Then ask this question: is this connected to a larger problem or a pattern for you? That question changes everything for her, brothers, because she may not only be talking about today, she may be talking about the fourth time this month. She may be talking about a pattern that you keep treating like an isolated incident. Remember the HER framework, H-E-R, the HER framework. H, hear the heart. E, empathize before explaining. R, read the pattern. You don't lose strength by paying attention to small things, brothers. Strong walls are maintained by repairing small cracks. Strong marriages are maintained by addressing small disconnections before they become deep resentments. So number 4 is when she brings the small hurts. Number 3 is when she brings the hurt, but you answer a question she never asked. I know this is going to sound familiar to a bunch of us. See, she asked for connection, but you keep giving her solutions. Men, sometimes our solution is correct, but our response is still wrong. She still tells you about a difficult day. She gives you but instead you give her a strategy. She tells you someone hurt her. You explain what she should have done. She tells you she feels overwhelmed, but you begin reorganizing the schedule. We jump right into fix-it mode. See, you believe you're helping. She's feeling unheard. So here's the hidden misunderstanding when we pick up our capes. Many men hear emotional pain as a problem requiring repair. Many women share emotional pain because they want relational presence before practical correction. She may not be asking, how do I fix this? She may be asking, are you with me in this? I had to learn that. That was a tough lesson for me to learn, but I got it now. Because, see, understand, connection is not the absence of solution. It is the correct order. Presence first, understanding second, solutions third. So when you reverse the order, your help can feel like dismissal. It can sound like, well, you know what? You would not feel this way if you handled it better. Even if that was not your intention, sir. That's what she heard. Imagine coming home emotionally exhausted. You open your heart before the other person acknowledges your pain. They explain your mistake. Would you feel understood in that moment? Would you feel close to that person in that moment? Would you want to keep sharing in that moment? So this is not about men becoming feminine. This is about men becoming disciplined enough to meet the need in front of them. The strongest man in the room is often the man who does not need to control the conversation. You don't have to fix every emotion. You don't have to remove every tear. You don't have to produce an immediate answer. Take the cape off. Sometimes your assignment is just your presence, brothers. Imagine that. Not fixing it, just being in that moment with her. So use what I call the pause protocol. P, pause your solution. Don't interrupt with an answer. A, acknowledge the emotion. Say what you see. U, understand the meaning. Ask what made that moment difficult for her. S, Seek permission. Ask whether she wants comfort or a solution. And E, engage appropriately. Give her what that moment requires. Brother, I just gave you the secret key. Say this. That sounds exhausting. I can understand why that hurt. What part of that was hardest for you? Then ask this. Do you want me to listen, help you think through it, or help solve it? Dude, when you say that, that's a game changer. That one question can prevent an entire argument because now you're not guessing, you're leading with awareness. That's the secret sauce, baby. You're giving her connection without losing your ability to act. That's mature masculinity. You're not emotionally present. You can be emotionally present and practically useful. You simply need the right sequence. Put things in the right order. Don't say you're overreacting. Here's what you should have done. I already told you that would happen. You're making this harder than it needs to be. Those statements may protect your logic while damaging your connection with her. So, a safe man does not always, doesn't only know how to solve the problems. He knows when the person matters more than the solution. He understands that emotional presence is not passive. Presence requires restraint, attention, patience, strength under discipline. Number 3 is about answering with solution. Number 2 gets deeper though. She may be studying your emotional weather before deciding whether honesty is safe. So number 2 is this. She studies your mood before telling you the truth. If everyone in your house has to check your temperature before they speak, you're not leading the atmosphere, brother. Your emotions are controlling it. She listens to how you close the door. She studies your facial expressions. She measures the sharpness of your voice. She notices whether you are tired, irritated, distracted, or withdrawn. Then she decides whether today is a safe enough day for her honesty with you. This is one of the hardest signs for men to recognize because you may not yell at her. You may not threaten her. You may never even call her names. But unpredictability can still create insecurity. Cold silence can create insecurity. Visible irritation can create insecurity. Withdrawing affection can create insecurity. Emotional punishment does not always make noise. Sometimes it looks like 3 days of distance, a sarcastic answer, a slammed cabinet, a conversation suddenly ending, sleeping on the edge of the bed, becoming unavailable until she apologizes for upsetting you. Woo! She begins managing you. She waits until you've eaten. She waits until the weekend. She waits until the children leave. She waits until you seem like you're calm. She keeps postponing the conversation, brother, because there never seems to be a safe moment. Man, she should respect you. She should not have to fear your emotional volatility, though. Leadership is not making everyone adjust to your mood. Leadership is learning how to govern yourself. We used to have a saying in church, govern yourself accordingly. Go ahead, you know that. You're allowed to feel angry, brother. You're allowed to feel disappointed. You are allowed to need time. But masculine maturity means your feelings do not become weapons. When you feel overwhelmed, brother, don't disappear without explanation. Don't say, you know what? I'm done with this conversation. Instead, try this. Say this. I want to continue this, but I'm becoming reactive. I need 20 minutes to calm down. I will come back at 7:30 and we will finish. Then come back at 7:30. Now it doesn't have to be 7:30. It's just simply a time frame that you're giving, a specific time that you're giving. Then return to what creates safety. Taking space without returning feels like abandonment. Taking space and returning feels like regulation. Your pain is too much for me, is what we might say. The other one says, this matters enough for me to handle myself properly. Which one of those do you want her to hear? You can also say this. You don't have to monitor my mood before telling me something important. I may feel uncomfortable, but I want to respond with maturity. If my tone becomes sharp, tell me. I want to correct it. That right there, brother, is going to make your home a lot easier to live in. So what I want you to do, understand that calm is not weakness. Restraint is not passivity. Gentleness is not surrender. A man who can govern his own spirit is stronger than a man who can intimidate everyone around him. Your home should feel your strength as stability, not as pressure. Number 2 is when she studies your mood before speaking. Now we have reached number 1. Drum roll, please. This is the sign many men mistake for peace, maturity, and independence. Number 1, she no longer expects repair. Woo! The most dangerous moment is not always when she's angry. It may be when she's no longer asking you for anything. She becomes polite. She becomes efficient. She becomes independent, low maintenance. She handles her responsibilities. She stops arguing. She stops asking when you'll be home. She stops asking you to open up. She stops requesting time together. You know, everything that we look for as men, right? And some of us, we may think we're finally doing better. But I want you to examine the atmosphere. Real talk. Is there peace or is there emotional absence? Is she secure or has she detached? Is she trusting you or has she stopped depending on you emotionally? Those are different spaces, brother. She may still love you. She may still honor your commitment. She may still care for the family. She may still sleep beside you, brother. But she may no longer believe that you are willing to hear, willing to understand, willing to repair. So she's not necessarily stopped loving. She may have just stopped hoping. And a relationship can survive anger longer than it can survive hopelessness. Anger still has energy to it. Anger still says this matters enough to me for me to respond. Repeated requests still say, I believe something could change. But emotional resignation says, I can't keep spending my heart through this, spending my heart equity through this. Don't panic though. Don't accuse her of giving up. Don't pressure her to reassure you. Do not suddenly make dramatic promises you cannot sustain. Don't do it. Repair is not built through one emotional speech. Repair is built through consistent evidence. Woo! Consistent evidence. So I want you to use this four-part repair framework, okay? So I'm going to give it to you. Number 1, acknowledge the impact. Name what your behavior created. Validate the pain. Show that her experience makes sense. 3, take ownership. Don't hide behind intention. 4, establish the pathway forward. Name the behavior you will change. All right. Say this. I think my defensiveness may have taught you that talking to me is not worth the cost. I can see how repeated disappointment could make you stop asking. Then say, I'm not going to demand that you trust me immediately. I want to rebuild trust by becoming consistent. Then ask this question. What have you stopped telling me because how I responded? Then prepare yourself for the answer. Don't interrupt. Don't correct her memory. Don't try to explain your intention. Don't say, please don't say, that's not fair. Don't say, I want you to listen for the experience underneath her words. You don't have to agree with every statement to understand the pain that she's going through. So this is your opportunity, brother. This is your opportunity not to become perfect, but to become present. This is your opportunity not to become perfect, but to become present. Not to become passive, but to become trustworthy. Not to lose your masculinity, but to bring it under discipline. A safe man is not weak. A safe man is strong enough to protect her heart, not just his ego. So there it is in a nutshell. Here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do with you real quick, because this video is getting long, and I don't like making long videos. So let me give you 5 signs one more time. Number 5, she rehearses before she speaks to you. Number 4, she stops bringing you the small hurts. Number 3, she asks for connection, but you keep giving solutions. Number 2, she studies your mood before telling you the truth. Number 1, she no longer expects repair. Here's the framework. Think like her, H-E-A-R. Hear the hurt. Don't only hear the complaint. E, empathize before explaining. Understanding must come before defense. Read the pattern, brother. Some may be responding to repetition instead of an isolated moment. Then lead like him. Hold yourself accountable. Don't blame her for your emotions. Initiate repair. Don't make her carry the full emotional burden. M, maintain masculine maturity. Stay calm, stay present, stay consistent. Men, this is bigger than one conversation. The emotional climate you create affects your marriage. It affects your home. It affects your children. It affects your leadership. It affects your calling. It affects your legacy. Your sons are learning how men handle women's heart. Your daughters are learning what love should feel like. You're not being called down, brother. You're being called up. You can become the man she can tell the truth to, the man who does not run from discomfort, the man who listens without collapsing, the man who repairs without being chased, the man whose strength produces peace. So I want you to save this before I get run over. Definitely before the next difficult conversation happens. I want you to send it to a man who wants to grow and follow Think Like Her, Lead Like Him for practical coaching that helps men build trust without losing their strength. Comment safe if you're committed to becoming the kind of man that her love can trust. Because I'm almost getting run over out here in traffic trying to give you this information. All right, brothers, take care.